Hi there. Today we have a review on the Ryobi 3000 PSI 2.3 gallons per minute gas pressure washer with a Honda engine. So vroom vroom, let's check this bad boy out and see what we got inside the box. And yes, a woman can do the job just as well, right? So let's open the box and unpack. Picked this up for about $350 today at Home Depot. And what we have is the wand. Most important part, right? Or is it? A 5-in-1 nozzle for all those pressure washing jobs. Because it's gas, it also requires some oil, right? So it comes with your initial bag of instructions. Ryobi operator's manual. Pump saver protection. You know, sometimes we want to just jump into the job and you just got to look at some of these things and know a little bit about what you're getting into. So this oil apparently has a little leak in it because I'm getting it on my hands already. It's all good. And we have the cold starch. It tells you there's a section in here apparently for soap. We have the hose. The handle to pull it behind you or in front of you. And then we have the part that connects to the nozzle. And here's where all the strength comes in. Picking up the heavy pieces. So we're going to move this all over to the side. Let me know, have you tried a Honda engine? Alrighty. So here we have it. Big old brand new wheels. Power. We're gonna put this bad boy together. Boom, 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 buzz, 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 right? I'm pretty excited about this because apparently the only way to do it is with gas. There's more power with gas than there is with electric. And I've already gone through two, and the proof is in the pudding. So now we're moving on up to the big boys. We want to make sure this stuff works right. So I remember having one of these prior. Gave it away years ago. So this part here, obviously, we twist it on. You have to make sure you have all the parts. Most important thing when you get your any type of heavy operating pressure washer, power tools, unpacking. So we've removed all of the items that were in the box. The most important thing is that the engine is there. This is, because it's gas, this is how you'll start it. You also have to put in some oil. There's a separate compartment for the oil. I'm excited. And I get a little nervous around some things when they contain gas because I'm not a big fan of getting dirty and smelling like gas. But I don't have a problem getting dirty and pressure washing. What doesn't need a good pressure washing to make it look all sparkly new and clean, right? So here we have a quick reference guide. This always makes it easy. You can't miss it. Instructions, information, everything you need to know for initial assembly. So it says first time assembly. You take this piece out, I have the hose over here. The first thing it says to do is to connect this part here so you can pull it and push it. And there's little pressure buttons so that once you get it down, you can push it down over. Sometimes it helps to have a second person help you with this, but if you don't have a second person, it's okay. You can still do this. So, and then when you get it, those pressure buttons will pop through. I'll wait till I get it on the ground so I can put all my weight on it. The next thing it says here is to connect the spray nozzle to the wand, which we've done. That was the first thing I did do. And now the second thing is to connect this here, which is the 5-in-1. And make sure you have something to open. We got a butcher knife. Grab whatever's close by. And be careful. Sharp objects may harm those using them or around them. Especially when they're hot. All right, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. We're gonna struggle is real. It's all good. Do whatever works. Make sure you can get on in there. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, use a little bit of that elbow grease, pull out the paperwork, and then the nozzle will fall out for you. Voila! And so this is pretty rad because it actually has all these settings on it. So it has its settings for the actual soap. It has the degree of angle. If you want it at a very fine line, then you've got 0% degrees actually. Then you have 25% or degrees and 40 degrees. And then the other two are soap jet and soap fan. So you got all the settings you could possibly need, 5-in-1. So that's gonna attach to, let's see, it should go this way. And because this is a pull, you pull this little round piece here in, and then you push it up and it just locks it in place. Voila! We are locked and loaded. The next part it says to do is connect the high pressure hose to the trigger handle. So we have the trigger handle, which is right here, has a protective plastic piece. As always, you take all those pieces off first. And then we're going to unwrap the hose itself. Oh, we're going to pull it apart. And the wind will blow. Alright, so here's the hose. And it appears both ends are identical, so it doesn't really matter which side you're going to end up using by the looks of things. One will go into the engine and the other will go to the nozzle, the wand. So as the instructions inform us, we're going to place this here, screw it on as so, as such. Things have gotten so much easier these days, don't you think? Technology is amazing. Anything we could possibly need in life is always available to us. You don't have to do things harder or the hard way. At least that's what I'm finding. Just trust and know that there's always a better solution than what might have been the hard choice. Now it says the next part is to attach it to the pump. So we have on the back of this, I'll turn it around so you can see it. How's your French? Whoops. That's what I meant to do. Let's push this down better. So right here on the bottom, hopefully you can see this well. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it better. Down here on the bottom, this piece here where my finger is where we're connecting. Just like the other one, we're just going to start turning and screwing it on. And then the next thing is we're going to attach the garden hose to it, which is right over here. Yay! Garden hose. And down just off to the side of it, actually I'll come around this way, off to the side over here, you don't even have to turn the nozzle of the hose, you just turn this black piece that'll go over it, and it appears, you know, when I was growing up with my dad, he would say lefty loosey, righty tighty whenever we were putting things together. In this case, I'm having to try to figure this out. Let's see what we got here. The hose would technically turn left, and then this piece is going to turn to the opposite direction. So righty-tighty would be the hose, but left is which way this will actually tighten onto the hose itself. So it appears to be nice and snug. And then it says to completely uncoil the garden hose and remove it from the reel to prevent any kinks. Then turn the water fountain on fully, make sure there are no leaks. Let me get right back to you. I'm going to do this. So here we are. Now what I've done is connected the water. And what we have to do without the nozzle connected, because I had to take off the sprayer adapter, I'm going to spray to make sure there's no air coming out. There we go. See, we got the pressure. It takes a little while to get through all the hoses. We're getting all the air out. And you would want to test this anyway, no matter what. You want to make sure you have no leaks. Let's see if it'll catch up. There we go. We have no leaks that are apparent, which is a good thing, by the way, obviously. And it is coming out of the drain. Yay! So the next thing we have to do is we have to fuel it up before we can even get anything done, because now we just have the water attached. And there ain't no pressure without any power behind the wheel, right, buddy? So, I'm going to put the adapter back on because we know that works. Pull this back, you push this on, and then you put it like, there we go, locked in place. Gotta love those locking mechanisms. So it says the first thing to do is to pour, and we have a nice little funnel. And of course I've put gloves on because I dislike the feel or taste or smell of gasoline on me of any nature. So it says all but 2 ounces, and on the side you'll notice the ounce marks, right, on the side here. So we're gonna fill it up into the slot, which is on this side, where it has, before first use, fill to upper portion of the hatched area on the dipstick with provided oil. There's the dipstick. So I'm going to take this off because we no longer need that. And what we're going to do, and ladies, this is not as difficult as it looks. You don't need a man to do this for you. It's always nice to have one handy, but we are able to do this. Oh man, the part I dislike. Okay, so what we're gonna do, grab the nearest and pour it in. double check the level over here. It's still at 7 ounces. Perfect. Right about 2 ounces left in that bottle. I probably have about 2.5. I'm not trying to push it. You don't need to overdo anything. Okay, so take that. I'm going to place these off to the side for now. Close it up. It should show you on the dipstick, and it does. Goes right to the perfect mark, right at that middle mark. Back in the day when I drove a stick shift and I had to check my own oil, those things were metal. Okay. The next is the fuel. This is the part I'm not crazy about doing. How many of y'all out there really enjoy states like New Jersey where they still pump your gas for you because it's a state law? I do. Alright, so we're going to take this off. And this thing's kind of awkward, so I'm going to have to go off to the side. Now, this particular gas tank that I have, this is really nice because you can lock in and off, on and off, and so that when you twist it, I don't know what the capacity is on this. I should have checked, but I should be able to see it. Maybe it's remotely close up to the top. Oop, and there we go. Yep, it's full. Alrighty, locked, loaded, and ready to roll. So the next part is you pull the choke to start. I will need that still. You turn it on. You want to make sure the fuel valve is on, and I just got gas on me. We're going to pull the starter grip, and then once we're done that, we will turn the choke to the run position instead of the start. So the first thing we did was we pulled the choke to start, we turned the engine on, and we opened the fuel valve. Very simple. Sometimes we have to be reminded it's always good to have these things, and that's why you want to make sure you keep your machinery clean. And voila! And it's a bit noisy, right? I don't really need the gloves for this. So now you close the choke to run. Nice that we can get away from all that noise. We have 40 degree that we can spray, which is the smaller the angling, the sharper the blade, let's say. So we have 40 degree, we have 25 degree, and 0. That right there, you want to keep it away from anything you don't want to cut. And you got to keep it a good distance away because this is 3,000 PSI. So you got some serious power. We're going to start out with 40. We're going to test these tiles and clean them up. What do you think? You think we can hang? We'll start over here first. What do you think? Do this. And I'm going to stay here first. Always start further away than you think you need to be, and then you can move in. when you're doing this, but this is just for safety. Oh, and I've done this before, years ago. Keep it away from your feet, especially, even if you're wearing shoes. And away from the hose. You can cut your own hose, and that would work out. Dog crate. This is some nasty stuff. I almost want to turn this on the other setting, but we're just going to tear it up. You ready for this? Angling direction on this to 25. So, paying attention, we're going to probably take off a little bit of paint here. And you can angle it whichever direction you want it to spray. Take a little bit more time because of the depth of all this paint. I'm probably not going to peel it all off anyway. It just gives you an idea that if 3000 psi doesn't take it off, it's probably pretty good to seal over it with another good epoxy. this, let us know. Give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can also be aware of the next time we do a product review.